Yo, welcome to the Me In Coach Xan podcast. Bow, 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 bow. So excited to have you here. Today's podcast, we're going to talk about old notes. Nothing wrong with old notes. We all have old notes. If you're wondering what those are, is things, way we believe, things that have gotten us to this point, ideas, maybe even your philosophy are your old notes. Old notes are what we go by, what establishes our thinking, how we think about things, how we approach things. Those are our old notes. And do they benefit us? Sure, they got us to this point, but the question is, do they benefit us? I will raise a possibility in saying that they don't. They do not. Oftentimes, they can oftentimes hurt us. They can oftentimes hold us from being back, because you know all you need to know, but what you really need is this moment. I'll play and see in sports, old ways and things you've understood can help you, but if you hold on to them too hard, they can limit your full capacity in this moment. You just have to understand. You already know all you need to know. All you need to know is already in your mind, naturally ingrained. Now you just need to truly be in this moment. Sure, great kids in middle school, high school, college, they have all these old notes that they understand and that they use and try to implement. But when you're truly skilled in something, you're able to be in that moment. All that stuff is already downloaded. You don't have to use old notes anymore. All you need to do is to be there and be ready for whatever happens in that moment. Because your old notes, if you're trying to think like, okay, I gotta do this and take this step here, I'm in a perfect 3-point stance, and if that isn't naturally there, if you're not ready to react at anything at any moment or whatever could happen, then you can't truly be at that top level. Okay, you don't need these old notes to truly perform at top level. You already got all you need to know. All right, let's just further go into what these old notes are, because I'm sure you have a lot of these old notes. Ways of thinking, things you've downloaded that you've already accepted as a part of your understanding of life. I'm sure you have some of those. I have plenty myself, that I'm trying to uproot one by one to establish new notes, or at least a better way of thinking or understanding. I'll tell you another reason why you can't really trust these old notes that we've established that we both have right now. So these old notes come to you in a way, or you've been taking notes forever. Since you're a kid, since you were first told that no, as you were a child, you were given these notes. Every insult you've had to take or endure, your body takes note of that. All right, or even false thought, or every traumatic event you've been through, you have taken notes on that. But I'll follow that up by telling you with this one very important truth right now. This truth is that it's a lie. Yeah. This truth is that it's a lie. 50% of the way you view your past is a lie. Even on a micro scale. So let's say you're walking around the mall, walk on the beach a lot. If you're walking on the beach, I know you're thinking a lot, oh, what do they think about me? Or do they see me doing this? Do they care so much about what's going on or what people are thinking? As you think they're doing this, they're not. They're busy just focusing on their old notes, thinking about themselves and way projections and uh, untrue inadequacies that they have about themselves. But yet you're walking around thinking that so many people are caring or hurting, or what do they do with this, or do they know this, do they see this in you? And they don't. And so all these ideas are coming to your head of the way things go when people are just having a good time, not truly caring about you. 50% of the way you view your past is a lie. And that's even in that moment you're doing that. So you've done that. You've misthought about the situation time and time again. How many times have you had a conversation with a friend and be like, "Were you mad at this? Were I thought you meant this," and they're like, "No, I was just hungry," or "No, man, I have a friend who always came up. He's like, dude, you didn't talk to me the other day." And I'll tell him this. I'll tell him this, man. His name's Julian. I'll say it. But this is the best person in the world. I mean, one of the best people in the world. I love him. And he'll come up to you one day and be like, "Dude, I feel like you were angry at me. I feel like you were angry at me, and I don't know why. I just want to know I'm sorry and I appreciate you." And I'm like, "Bro, what are you? I love you. You are amazing. You're one of the best people in the world." Okay. But how many times have you done that and you create this whole idea and have been hurt for a moment of time or maybe a while because of something you construed in your head? 50% of the way you view your past is a lie. All right. That's why these old notes that you are taking from these situations probably ain't helping. It probably ain't helping. And so, if 50% of the way you view your past is a lie, the rest are just defense mechanisms. The rest is just stored pain and trauma. And so, okay, so we have lies, we have the defense mechanism and traumas. And so then if we get rid of that, we may have the present moment. We may be able to get to the star level of playing and living to where we can just be in the moment. Because once again, you have all the information you need. A lot of us keep reading and keep understanding, keep digesting. You have all you need. All you and I need to do is just to go, because you have all the information you need. We don't have to go back to old notes that we have. I'll put it like this. Even the Bible speaks of its old notes and saying how they're ready to go. In Hebrews chapter 8, verse 13, last verse in the chapter, it says, "And speaking of a new covenant, he makes the first one obsolete." Doesn't matter, obsolete. Doesn't need to exist anymore. "And what is becoming obsolete and growing old is ready to vanish away." It's ready to go. It's even time for to get rid of those old notes. Those old notes no longer have any place in your new life, with creating your new notes or new way of viewing yourself. Mm-hmm. And you can't get a new life. If that's what you're looking for, you're looking for better, you're looking for a new life, which we all should be in a way of growing life and life more abundantly. But if you're looking for a new life, you can't get a new life using old notes. You just can't. So, we want a new life. We're tired of these old notes, this old way of thinking, being bogged down by this old idea we have of ourselves. So here are some ways to get some new notes and then ultimately a new life. First way to get rid of these old notes is realizing they're old notes. Taking account of those old notes. You're not good enough. You can't do this. You don't have the ability. You grew up this way, so there's no way. You don't deserve this type of lifestyle. All old notes. You're not worthy. All old notes. You'll never find someone good. All old notes. You're going to be in whatever spot you're in forever. All old notes. This is how life is supposed to be. All old notes. The first way is to realize they're old notes. That's all they are. And the way your life, your present, the things that you're disgruntled with are just old notes manifested. So realize they're old notes. Okay, that's step one. You're taking old notes. All right, so now what do we do? All right, so wait, this is old notes. This is all I've been doing. This is just old ways that are becoming obsolete and ready to vanish away. That's all they are. Great. All right, so now what do I do? Now we establish the new ones. Okay. There, so that's what I don't want. So what do I want? This life is good. This creator has made me to be successful and good things come around. I can do anything. Whatever those old notes be, you are loved. You are perfect. everything that you want is out there and able to come to you as long as you allow it, as long as you're able to establish some new notes. So the first one is realize their old notes. The second one is establish. Second way to get rid of the old notes is to establish some new old notes. Third one, hang around some new note takers. Find some new people. All right. So people who know how to take new notes and who hear your new notes and that speak and give life to your new notes. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, it should be better. Yeah, you can definitely go on. If you find someone who, when you try to give a new note to, and they're like, no, you can't do that. Or no, get them out. Get red flag. Red flag. Red flag. Okay? If you find people who can't support your new notes or even aren't aligned with your new notes, get them out. And then establish some new notes. Hang around the best note taker of all. And that's Jesus. Just wherever you are right now, as my grandma says, stay close to Jesus. Jesus is the best note taker of all, historically speaking. Historically speaking, spiritually, we can get there. We can go this journey of exploring Jesus and God together. But the best note taker, hands down, is Jesus, because it's true. He speaks life into you and into your words and truth as to how you can deal with these situations, how you can feel joy, goodness, good things, and even will show you ways to get through the bad things as well, the hard times as well, and how you can get to more love, life, and light. So the best note taker of all is Jesus and God, who is in you. So is ultimately you. Jesus is saying that this goodness, this God, this light you're looking for is in you. So hang around the best note taker of all, Jesus, who is in you. I love you all so much. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, send it all to your friends, and follow on IG. Yeah, you already know. Just make sure you're taking some new notes. That's what's most important. Take some new notes. My mama says a young fool is okay, but nothing worse than an old fool. An old fool lives on old notes. Stop living on old notes. Get you some new ones. Love y'all. Bye.